Hello, my name is Kristyn Cathey. I had my son on February 6, 2017. So of course the hospital that we go to is Kristyn St. Elizabeth. And my first time there was really our walkthrough to see what the hospital would look like, what the birthing process would be like. And from the first day we stepped foot in there, it was just really amazing. Everybody was super nice to us. Of course it's always nice to receive gifts. So we had a little basket with Pampers and wipes and things of that nature, but they really made us feel comfortable. And this was very early on. I may have been around 6 or 7 months. But the moment that we stepped foot in there, I felt like that was the right choice for me. Everybody from the top to the bottom did a wonderful job, from the custodians to the people that at the front door, you know, letting you in, from the young lady that would bring me all the great food, and if I asked her for a couple extra diapers on the side, she would kind of throw some in there for me. Well, my nurse actually told me that once we find out that I was pregnant, that it can either be 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after, so it's really no direct way to say that this is pinpointing the day that you're going to give birth. So the week of prior to me giving birth, I was actually doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing, which was eating crawfish every day, which is my favorite food. My husband actually left on that Saturday because that Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday in Houston. So he went out to have a good time with some of his friends. That Saturday I started having stomach issues, but I just assumed because I had some very spicy crawfish that day that that's probably what it was. However, one of the biggest issues that I did have was that I never really dilated. I was steady at 1 centimeter. So I was probably going to have a C-section regardless, but we were just trying to wait it out. At that time, I was told I was 39 weeks. So obviously I made it pretty far. Well, Sunday evening, I started to have really, really bad cramps. So what I thought was cramps. And I was just rolling in and out of the bed all night long. Well, it got to the point where it was just unbearable around 1 o'clock in the morning. So I called my doctor's office. They patched me through to my nurse. And she said, well, Kristyn, I think you may be in labor. You need to get to the hospital. So fast forward, my best friend was finally able to get in contact with my husband around 2 o'clock in the morning. When he finally answered the phone, he made it from 288 in Houston to Beaumont in an hour. The anesthesiologist was amazing. He was so calming. He said, it's going to be all right. I'm going to be right there with you. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. He actually stayed in the room with us while we prayed before we were able to, to go to the back. They took my husband to get him all scrubbed up and prepared. They pushed me to the back. And when I tell you, it was literally the best experience as far as that epidural. I felt nothing. And at 11:11, that's my big old baby at 6 pounds. And they showed him to us. And I was like, oh my God, like that's our baby. And then it was quick. They took him to the back because what ended up happening was I was actually 41 weeks and not 39. So I was overdue. The cord had been wrapped around his neck. So they showed him to us. He looked extremely healthy. They weighed him and everything. And then they had to rush him to NICU so they could start kind of getting all that stuff out. And of course, getting the cord and everything. They wheel you to your room, and my family was there. My friends were there. But the nurses, they were just so knowledgeable and so kind. And, if you need anything, let me know. What's your pain level? Do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? I'm going to come back and check on you. Okay, I'm really going to help you. And they were. And just to have them there to assist me with the whole nursing process, because this is my first baby, so I don't really know, anything about that. My son didn't really latch very well, so I had to learn how to pump. Now, around this time, I'm starting to experience the first wave of postpartum depression. So they were able to help me with that and say, listen, it's okay. It's going to be all right. If he doesn't latch on, that's okay. You still are his mother, and you can, pump, and it still gets everything that you need to get, and we're here for you. And they really were. They checked on me. I think we left on a Friday. We were there for 5 days. I had him on a Monday. We left on a Friday. That next Monday, that following Monday, I got a call from the head nurse in the NICU area. I got a call, of course, from my doctor, from my nurse. They were just, everybody was wonderful. And they didn't just check on us like just right then, just even weeks after that. Do you need anything? Okay, we have some appointments available for the lactation specialist. Let's try to get you in so we can work on this. And they did. Everybody that works in St. E that just had a hand in just helping us for those 5 days, 5 long days, in the hospital. I say, God bless you. You're wonderful. I couldn't imagine another place to have my son. That was a blessing for us. A great area, great location. And like I said, if we're definitely still here, then that's where we're going to go for baby number 2.